welcome to Murphy's Garden, and this is just a short little video on care of Nepeta. Apologise that I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I'm a bit croaky, but yeah, we've got lots of catching up to do having been away, so this is just a job that I meant to do it before we went, and if I had done then it would be back in flower again, but I didn't quite have time to do this clump. So Nepeta, we've done a video on how to take Nepeta cuttings, and that's dead easy, really easy. You can produce loads of cuttings for nothing, so if you're interested in that, click on that video. But today I just want to show you how to get more flower power from the Nepeta. So once it's gone over, it gets quite ugly looking, and it's quite simple just to cut it back and it will come again and it will look really lovely. So I have got some that I did cut back before I went on holiday, so we'll go and have a look at how that's doing. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get on and cut this clump back. So Nepeta is loved by the bees. There are a few bees on it, but not quite as many as normal, simply because it is starting to go over. So it turns quite brown and sort of dead looking. So by cutting it back, we'll get more flowers and hopefully more bees.
So I just get my garden shears. You can use an electrical shears if it's easier. I've just got these for quickness. And just go through the plant and just cut it back. You're cutting it fairly hard back, cutting off all the dead growth. And it's now August at the moment, so it will have some time for the rest of the summer just to put on a bit of growth, and then I'll leave that over the winter and then cut it back harder in the spring. So it will just have a little bit of protection over the winter, but it is quite a tough plant, so don't be too worried about cutting it too hard back. It will recover, unlike lavender, which we'll do a video on, but you have to be a little bit more careful with lavender, but this is quite a tough, hardy plant.
So I've cut them all back, and admittedly it does look not very nice when it's done, but we'll just go and have a look at some other clumps that I cut back a couple of weeks ago.
And this is our gravel path, and in the spring it's filled with cream and white flag tulips, and then the flowering baton is passed to the Nepeta, which carries on flowering all summer long.
So here you can see this Nepeta has rebinded after being cut back probably about 2 weeks ago. It's not flowering yet, but it will soon. Well, that one's starting to. It's just starting to flower again, but it all comes back. So just cut it hard back, and it will return with vigour. So I'm back here by the Nepeta, so it's probably about 3 weeks since this Nepeta was cut hard back before we went on holiday, and you can see that it's back in flower again. So just do that whenever it starts to look untidy, cut it hard back, and you really will find it just comes back again and looks really great. Nepeta, or catmint as it's also called, it's loved by cats. They like the smell of it and they like to roll in it. But it's a really easy to maintain plant. It's got this nice sort of grey foliage. Particularly in this weather that we've had in the UK, we've had a lot of drought, and it's one of the plants, along with lavender, that really performs very well in drought conditions. Often plants that have got this kind of grey, silvery grey green foliage often do. This little bee has just come to join me. It's nice to see that the bees are back now that the flowers are back. So it's a really good plant, strongly recommend it. It likes free draining soil, it doesn't really like clay, and it prefers a sunny spot, although I do think it tolerates a little bit more shade than lavender will. That said, on this path, this side always does much better than that side, and that's probably because we've got the hedges, so it definitely benefits from being in a nice sunny open position. Thanks so much for watching, and join us again in the next video. Bye for now. Some rain has come. Yippee!